Have you ever wondered why a dollar today buys less than it did 10 years ago? That's inflation at work. Inflation is a term that refers to the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising. When inflation is in action, each unit of currency buys fewer goods and services, which means our purchasing power is falling. It's like a slow, steady tide that's constantly eroding the value of our money. So, what causes this rise in prices? Let's dive deeper. Inflation doesn't just happen out of the blue. It has specific triggers. Let's break it down to the two main causes: demand pull and cost push inflation. Imagine a bustling marketplace. When the demand for goods and services exceeds their supply, prices naturally rise. This is demand pull inflation. It's like a tug of war, with demand pulling prices up. Now, let's flip the coin. Picture a factory. If the costs to produce goods increase, such as raw materials or wages, producers may raise prices to maintain their profit margins. This is known as cost-push inflation. It's as if the costs are pushing prices up. Think of these two forces, demand pull and cost push, as the main actors on the stage of inflation. They play their roles, sometimes independently, other times in unison, but always influencing the ongoing drama of economic activity. But how does inflation affect you and me? Inflation isn't just a concept for economists to ponder over, it impacts our everyday lives. Let's paint a picture. Imagine you've stashed away $100 under your mattress. As time passes and inflation rears its head, the value of that $100 begins to decline. Why? Because the prices of goods and services gradually climb up. This is what we call the erosion of purchasing power. It's like you're running on a treadmill, but the speed keeps increasing. The more the prices rise, the less you can buy with your $100. That's inflation at work, quietly chipping away at your purchasing power. But don't despair just yet. Inflation isn't all bad news. It can encourage spending and investing because who wants to hold on to money that's losing value, right? So remember, inflation is like a double-edged sword. It can stimulate spending and investing, but it can also erode the value of money. So, what have we learned about inflation? Inflation, as we've discussed, is the general increase in prices and fall in the purchasing value of money. It's caused by an array of factors like increased demand or cost of production. The effects? Well, it impacts our economy and our individual purchasing power. Inflation is a complex economic phenomenon that affects us all. Understanding it helps us make better financial decisions. So next time when you notice that your favorite snack costs more than it did a year ago, you'll know why.